fossil dive. Let's see what we can find today. Woo! Hi, Cookie. Little Boston, but it's nice. That's awesome. You don't find them like that very often. I think that's a Megalodon. That's a piece of a mud. Little spot. Nope. Nope. What's this? Let's go! Woo! Definitely found a good spot. That's a horse piece. Very nice. I don't know. I think that's a tooth. I think that's a tooth. Woo-hoo! Wow. I wasn't really sure, but looks like a tooth to me. Thank you.
Good luck, girl.
All right.
See ya.
What's up, guys? This is dive number 2. So let's see what we can find on dive number 2. There's a block. Flip it over because it looks like it's upside down. I'm going to try to help it out, but it seems to be okay, so I'm not going to touch it. Nice to see some coral like that out here. It's good for the ocean. Oh wow, what's this down here? Oh no, this is it.
I'm gonna head back to the station.
Alright, so here are the finds for the day. Over here we have my finds. Over here we have my husband's finds. So I'll go ahead and start breaking it down. So to start off, I'll say that this tooth was the one that was completely encased in coralline algae. As you can see, we removed as much as we could, and it ended up being a bit of a beater on the bottom. You know, sometimes you get a tooth that's covered in that stuff and it's in pristine condition. And then sometimes, well, this is the tooth that ended up getting covered up. And as you can see, it's been quite beat up, but it has a beautiful shine to it. You can see that it would have been a nice brown burlap, which would have been really cool. So I mean, it's still a beautiful tooth in its own way. And then I got a lot of like different colored teeth on this trip, like this nice greenish brown one. That would have been really cool. I really wish that it was whole, but can't always get them to be whole. This one is also a really nice tooth, just missing a little bit. Not too bad. This is an itty bitty little tiny posterior meg tooth. This is probably one of the smallest megs I have. I think I have one more meg posterior that's just a little bit smaller than this one. So I'm not gonna say this is my smallest one, but it's pretty close. And again, wish that was whole. You know, that's what we always say, right? Wish it was whole. And here's another example of a wish it was whole. Beautiful brown burlette. Would have had a really cool gray-blue blade. Gosh, that would have been a nice tooth. About 3 inches and some. Over here, we have some horse teeth that I found as well. This one was not too bad, but I would say this was actually my best tooth of the day. Definitely love the colors on it. This is the chewing surface here, and then down here, this is the bottom. You can see the holes where the nerves would have entered the tooth. I left some of the coralline algae on here just because it's kind of neat to say, hey, I found a horse tooth in the ocean. So definitely a really, really cool find, and like I said, I love the colors on this thing. So just gonna keep it the way it is. Got this really cool looking scallop. I don't see these very often. These are much older than the scallops that you find currently. Got some stingray barbs and this really cool stingray mouth plate. This is one of the most complete mouth plates I've found so far. There would have been a couple other rows of teeth. And on the bottom, there's actually a lot of scrapes and scratches. So I'm not really sure what the story is behind that. I thought that was actually really cool. All right, let's move over to my husband's teeth. So he really cleaned up today. Over here we have this beautiful mako. Again, wish it was whole. Huge mako, really sharp, very well preserved other than this damage here. Still a really cool tooth. Over here we have a nice posterior meg. Love the color of this tooth. I didn't want to keep trying to get rid of this coralline algae, which has been really tough to remove, because I didn't want the vinegar to affect the enamel by accident. So I just kind of stopped at this point. It's still pretty cool. This tooth is actually really cool. It has a lot of scrapes and scratches on it. I've heard some people say that damage like this is usually caused by another tooth serrations scraping on the tooth. So when this thing was eating, it bumped another tooth with so much force that it actually scratched its own tooth. So if that's true, that would be really, really cool for this tooth. Neat little story. This is definitely my husband's largest tooth he ever found, and it is gorgeous. I mean, look at how beautiful that blue enamel is. It really shines. Beautiful, perfect burlette pretty much. Just missing about a third of the tooth, unfortunately. But it is what it is. So maybe the next time we go out, we'll be able to find a whole one that's this big or bigger. And then a bunch of other megs and some smaller teeth. So he did a really good job. I did pretty well myself. It was definitely a wonderful trip with top to bottom charters. Highly recommend them. They do a 3-tank dive, which is really nice, and allowed us to find a lot of stuff today. Hopefully we'll get back out there again at some point. But for now, keep rocking on, and good luck on any fossil hunting that you end up doing.